How's it going, folks? My name's Hank Haygood, and just like everybody else these days, I decided to try and start a YouTube channel. Don't know much about videography, don't know much about editing, but we're just going to try and start it, see what happens, try and get better as we go. And not really sure what all is going to be on the channel, but it's going to be mostly hunting, fishing. I'm a forester by trade, so maybe try and throw in some of that through my work schedule and just have fun with it, progress, learn as we go, try and get better as we go, and just, for the most part, just have fun with it. Try something new. I've kind of done photography in the past, but never done videography, so this is going to be a new challenge for me. For the first video, I'd just like to try and start in something off easy. I just got this bow back in June. It's a Mathews Lift 33. I had a CBE Trek Pro on it first and just never really liked that sight. So I decided to switch up. Got the HHA Tetra single pin. It's got a 0.01 pin size. It's just the single pin version. Working on getting it out to 60 so I can put on my side end tape. Everything else is just basically stock on the bow. Mathews Ultra Rest Integrate Rest, 10-inch stabilizer, limb legs, low pro quiver, and then I'm shooting the Black Eagle Rampage arrows this year, 300 spine, 0.003 straightness, 125 grain field point with a 50 grain outsert. I think the total arrow weight comes out to 425, somewhere in there. It's a 8.7 grains per inch arrow. So it's a good deer hunting arrow. That's all I'll be doing with it. I already got it set up to 20 yards. I did that the other day. Tried to video it, but it didn't come out very well. It was really windy, so I didn't get it out to 60 yards, but we're gonna try and get it back to 60 yards today. For starting off, you get it out to 20 using the infinite elevation adjust and just using your windage. The windage was almost spot on. The elevation had to be tweaked a little bit. All I ended up doing was moving the windage micro adjust about 9 clicks. And every click it says it moves it 1/8 of an inch at 20 yards. So I moved it about 1 inch to the right and then put, I think, dropped it 2 inches on the elevation. So everything's shooting pretty straight. Gonna try and go as quick as I can this morning while it's nice and cool still, not windy. We're gonna just go back from 20, 30, 40, 60 and try and get it fine-tuned at 60. So everything should be good. I'll try and talk my way through it, see how this goes. Probably gonna be not a very good video for my first one since I'm still learning. Not really much of a public speaker either, so this is gonna be new for me. But y'all will see me progress as I go if I keep it up, so enjoy what you're watching. I'm at 25 yards right now. After you leave the 20-yard mark and only putting differences in your elevation, the infinite elevation system, which is these bars right here, you now start to use the roller for the elevation adjustments. So as we go back, I'll roll it down and get back to 60. But we're at 25 yards right now. Gonna shoot the first arrow, see how it goes. Still need to get everything else set up, so get my release on and see what happens, see how quickly we can do this. I look a little funny shooting with my bino harness, but I want to try and practice how I'm going to hunt, so that's why I'm going to keep it on. See how we're hitting the target at 25 yards. Not bad. We're at 35 now. I'm just gonna barely roll down the elevation. See if we're still on target. And then we'll continue to back up from there. 35 yards. Shooting green nocturnals as well. Definitely pulled that one. We'll shoot another one. So we can roll down a little bit more, probably down to about the 10. I'm gonna go pull my arrows and then do one more shot and then try and step back. I'd like to actually be a little bit high on the target so I don't risk sinking an arrow in the ground. So I've got the elevation rolled down to 10. We're gonna shoot another one at 35 and see where that puts us on the target. Right in the center, so 10 is good at 35, so we're gonna step back to 45 and probably roll it down to about 15 and see where that puts us. We're at 47 right now, so we're gonna roll it down to a little bit past 15, see if that puts us on the target. Hopefully get back to 50, 60 on the next shot. On the target, almost a little right of center. So we're gonna step back. I'll roll it down a little bit more and hopefully get to 60 this time. So we're back to 60 now. I've made all my adjustments on the elevation dial. It's sitting at just below 25 and I shot at 56. It was a little bit low, so I'm gonna turn it closer to 30. I've got my other camera set up down at the target so we can see where we're hitting. Let's just check our range again, see where we're at. Saying 60, so we'll send one down, see where we're at. I didn't talk about it earlier, but my Mathews Lift has the 70-pound mods. I think it's pulling 70 pounds, 29.5-inch draw length, and a 85% let off. And we'll be right at the 30 elevation for 60, it looks like. We'll send one down and see where we're at. I've got some glare off the pond that's kind of throwing me off in my peep sight. So we'll try and be accurate as we can. And I skipped it off the ground. Great. So we're gonna go find that arrow now. Lucky for us, I was able to find the arrow. Happens to the best of us, and I'm definitely not the best when it comes to archery. I'm new to this. I've had this bow for a year, or not even a year, since June. I've been bow hunting for a year, shooting bows for a year, so I'm definitely not perfect. Definitely don't know everything I need to know. Still learning, lots to learn. We did find the arrows, so she's a little dirty, but everything looks fine. Field point's still there, outsert looks good. Arrow still seems to be in good condition. Fletchings have a little bit of dirt packed up around them, and they've been bent just just a tiny bit. So luckily we're next to the pond, so I'll wash it off. And I've got 5 other arrows to work with, so we should be fine. We'll see how it goes from here, but you know, shooting arrows in the dirt is just part of it. Trying to learn, trying to sight something in, so let's get back to it. So we moved to the other side of the pond, try and get in the shade. I've got the setup dial rolled down to 42. I think that's going to be pretty close. We're going to spend some time at 60 to try and really get ourselves honed in on that center ring, and I'm pretty particular, so I'm probably going to shoot a lot of arrows here. I've got my other camera set up so we can see the group, and then we'll walk down there and check it out afterwards. Whew. I can feel myself starting to get tired. So hopefully we can get this done before I start getting too wobbly and stuff just isn't hitting right. I felt pretty good. 2 lighted knocks, 2 just regular knocks, so I can't see where they're all at, but we'll try and get this dialed in before I get too tired. Down here now, we can tell we shooting pretty close to the center, maybe a little bit high on our elevation dial. A little left to right. I know I think I was real wobbly on those first 2 on the lighted knocks, and then the second 2 felt a little bit better. So we'll go back, shoot some more, see where we end up. Last group. I think it's going to hit right on. I moved my windage, micro adjust 2 clicks to the right. Should put me close to center. I'm standing on a bit of a hill right here, so I'm not flat-footed. I don't know if that makes much of a difference, but I've been shooting so long that I'm just shaking anyways, so I know I'm being a little bit inconsistent. See where they hit. This will be my last group of the day, no matter what. I know I'm punching the trigger a little bit, a little inconsistent with my anchor, so I mean, I should have stopped before now, but I really want to try and get this finished up. Whew. Looks like the 3 lighted ones are kind of right to left, pretty close to center. That last arrow went a little bit high, but I think that has to be my last group. It's just really hard to stay on target at 60 yards, so pretty confident that's where my elevation is going to be. Can always adjust it again in the future if when I'm shooting distances it's not matching up to where I'm at. Thanks for sticking around, and I'll go throw that sight tape on, and then we might shoot a few more times just at different distances, or we might come back a different day and shoot some more. Let's go check them out. Last group at 60. A little bit spread out, but with how much I'm shaking, I know that last one I felt like I pulled a little bit, but I think I'm gonna call that good. I can always go back, and if I feel any inconsistencies, I can always try and set it up again. I know where I'm at on my setup tape at 60, so I can always dial it out and try and fine tune it. But with how long I've been shooting and just how much I'm shaking, I know I'm not being consistent right now, really. So, but right there, those 3 lighted ones, I mean, elevation wise, that's pretty good. I think I'm just pulling them a little bit. So I think I'm gonna call that good. So next up, I'll put that side up tape on, and we'll try and shoot a few different distances, see if it's how accurate it is. So we're sitting up at the barn now, reading through the instructions. Now that we've got it out to 60 yards, it says you grab the setup tape, or the sight tape, that aligns with your setup tape number. So I am at, let's see, 43. So on the setup tape, 43 should go with sight tape 43. Comes with all the sight tapes ranging from 26 to 77. 26 being your fastest bows. And it comes with additional setup tapes in case you need them, and blanks in case you want to make your own tape. So get our sight tapes out. Sight tape 43 should align with how we set it up at 60 yards. So we'll peel off 43 and align it with our needle. Hard to do. Align it with our needle at 43. So let's get that done right now. So we're gonna peel off sight tape 43. Try and get that aligned exactly with the needle. Squared away. Come back, roll the top down. And that 20 should be right where the infinite address stops. So now we'll tighten that down. And it says to get the Mylar decal over the two tape ends to secure. So we'll find that and then apply the Mylar tape to it. We're at 20 right here, just to make sure. Range it real quick. 20 yards. Got the sight tape on now, so needle's on 20, should be hitting center. Right in the center. So we'll try 30 next. We're at 30 now, so I'm gonna dial it up to 30. Lock it down. See where it hits. Looks like it was right in the center again. Let's go check it. At the target now, so we got 20 and 30 still sitting in there. Probably should have pulled one since I'm hitting errors, but looks to be accurate so far. Gonna keep shooting it and see how it does. I think 60 was on. I was just getting tired and hard to get consistent when you're that far away. So more practice, better shooting. So guys and gals, that's it for sighting in the HHA Tetra single pin. I think I could have done it a lot quicker if I was just more experienced and didn't get tired as easy. I think that only comes from shooting more often, and I'm sure I'll get better as time goes on. So just to recap, this is a Mathews Lift 33, shooting a Black Eagle 300 spine arrow, roughly in the 400 grain. I can't remember right off the top of my head. And HHA Tetra 0.01 pin size. I know there's other videos of people sighting them in 30 minutes, but it probably took me an hour and a half or two. And that's just a matter of me being shaky at the end and getting tired. So hope you enjoyed it. Stick around. Hopefully I'll be in the woods soon hunting. Have more hunting videos coming, and this is my first video, so it's probably not very good, but we can only get better from here. Gonna be deer hunting, duck hunting, maybe some dove hunting, fishing, maybe throw in some of my personal life, but we'll see. Overall, I mean, still learning, so this whole video editing thing is probably going to be a whole challenge for me, but maybe the video will turn out decent. Appreciate y'all sticking around, and we'll see where we go from here. Thanks.